quite some time. Well, Interpol has collaborated with the EFCC to go about that investigation. Mr. Dele Oyewale, the spokesperson, should join me at 8. I beg your pardon, at 4 for that conversation. And at 5, we'll be looking at the House of Reps ad hoc committee that's been put together. We've heard that the administrator has been invited to Abuja, I'm guessing for some briefings. So we have that conversation at 5. 6 brings the major news. After that, it's open season. Stay with us. Back, we begin at the beginning. Our first headline is that the Rivers administrator has threatened a lawsuit to recover the 300 million naira from the NBA. The government is insisting that the money, 300 million, was given to the Nigeria Bar Association, NBA, for hosting rights of the NBA annual general conference, and it was not a gift as claimed. Following that claim, the government threatened legal action against the Nigerian Bar Association to recover its money. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Tuesday in Port Harcourt by Hector Ibiki Owubo, a media aide to the state sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, retired. The state government categorically rejected the NBA's claim that the 300 million naira payment was merely a gift and unrelated to hosting rights. And in the exact words, for clarity, the Rivers State government records show that the payment of the money of the 300 million to the NBA was made with a mutual understanding that Rivers State would host the 2025 edition of the NBA AGC. The Rivers State government entered into this agreement with the NBA in good faith and with the understanding that hosting the conference in the state would attract significant economic benefits, positively impacting local businesses and livelihoods, the statement said. And so, we have been on this particular subject for a couple of days, I believe. There's been a back and forth. The administrator said, a lawyer responded. And there seems to be an impasse at this point. Well, to help us get through this, it seems the law has to be activated. The court have to be invited. The case has to see the insides of a courtroom. Of course, I have opinions, so you will hear those opinions shortly. We have a break coming up. It's a short one. After that break, we get to understand whether this is a good or bad idea. Stay with us. money or we'll take it to court. And before the break, I said that when we return, which we have done, we'll talk about it. If I were to simply ask you, what do you think about the move by the state government? I'd really like to hear your thoughts. And at some point, that's going to happen. But I want to reiterate. I want to say it again. The administrator has threatened to sue the NBA. One more time. The administrator has threatened to sue the NBA. There are so many ways to look at this, right? There's the technical. This is where you break down things. Experts will come and say a few big words. And there's the basic reaction. If you say that to someone on the street, what would they think? The person will very likely tell you, wait a minute, the NBA is the body of lawyers, right? And then you say yes. And the administrator wants to sue that association that is made up of lawyers. You say yes. And then you ask, every lawyer in the country is a member of the NBA. You say yes, by default, once you're a lawyer. That is your association. Okay. So how is it supposed to work? It's not impossible. It's unlikely, but not impossible. And I know that the state has a Ministry of Justice, so there will be representation, right? But I immediately imagined how that will go in court. There's a lawyer on the side of the River State government, and very likely a lawyer on the side of the NBA. I say, yes, let's hear. I say, my lord, me and you know, say our association, no, they try. And my lord will say, I would advise you to watch your next words very carefully. Anyways, I've seen too many movies, so that's fiction playing out in my head. But beyond the jokes that I'm making, there are reasons why this is a bad idea. And the reason is simple. History will not favor the River State government if they decide to go ahead with this. Because before now, there have been attempts to sue the NBA. You know, before I even get there, let me just tell you, you cannot sue the NBA. It's not because they are above the law, but the courts have taken that stand. How do you know, Sam? Well, in 1989, Gani Fawemi sued the NBA. And the court ruled that the NBA lacked the legal capacity to be sued as it is not a juristic person. Now, I need to remind you that Gani Fawemi was a prominent lawyer and human rights activist. That is the one person that will not easily lose a case. That's also one person that should really know about lawsuits if they decide to pursue that channel. But the court clearly said, nope, that cannot happen. They said, well, that was a one-off, and this was in the 80s. Well, in 2019, I believe, Wome Moses Esquire also sued the NBA. And in this decision, the Supreme Court reaffirmed that the Nigerian Bar Association, as an unincorporated association, lacks the legal personality to sue or be sued in its own name. And this aligns with the precedent of Fawemi in 1989. It referred to that. So I have a strong feeling that if River State government, the government of the day, decides to go this path, they very likely would be the third. Because the court has said that the NBA cannot be sued. There are ways that the lawsuit can go, technically, if you flip pages and do one or two. But as the government wants to pursue it, they've tried it before and it did not work. Third time might be a charm, you never can tell. Now, beyond the fact that it's possible the sole administrator is fighting for the interest of River State, we can't just lose 300 million and have nothing to show for it. And it went down in what is considered a donation. I didn't endorse it. Well, you weren't here when it happened, but I can get the idea behind fighting for the state. I'm more concerned about the legal counselors of the sole administrator. The fact that at no point did any lawyer, anybody on the side of government, the access that the government has to the best legal representation and counsel, did anybody not say, sole administrator, I don't think this is a good idea. right? It's not really because I'm against you or against the state of emergency, but this is why this should not happen. Because I would expect that while we are on this path of wanting the best for River State, this did not seem like the best thing to do. And again, maybe they can just pull it off. I'm not on any side. But I would love to see the NBA in court. Right? Just for kicks, just to know how it plays out. I would love that the association that hosts all of the legal practitioners in this country is taken to court. Well, we watch, we wait. We hope that some resolution is reached. And whatever happens, we obviously will keep you posted. We're going from that to the River State government again making the news. This time it has debunked another misinformation. The River State government has debunked a viral statement claiming that the sole administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, has summoned suspended Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy for an inquiry. An official of the state government told our correspondent that the statement is fake, saying no such directive was issued. The statement, which circulated on social media, falsely claimed the governor, Siminalayi Fubara, and his deputy, Dr. Ngozi Odu, were to appear before the state administrator over appointments made in the last 2 years. Okay. I wish that this were true, right? I wish that there would be a meet and greet, an engagement, because if the idea behind the appointment of the administrator is to resolve the ongoing crisis, then at some point, the suspended governor and the administrator should have a meeting, regardless of who summoned who or where. There should be that engagement with the assembly members, of course. That needs to happen. Else, some explanation will be needed. But I'm more concerned about this trend. The sole administrator has been in that office for a little under a month. And in that time, they have had to debunk misinformation 3 times. So it's almost like one problem, 1 week. If you remember, first, it was the 10,000 jobs in the civil service. And they came out to say, oh, that is false. Please disregard and ignore what you hear on social media. And after that, it was the claim that Samuel Wanosike was appointed head of Riwama. And again, they came out to say that was false. Now, it is that the sole administrator did not invite the governor and the deputy. I like to be in a position where everyone can relate to what's the word I'm looking for now, right? It will come to me. But regardless of your affiliation, it doesn't matter who you support. Concerned that there are lots of stories, headlines coming out of different quarters that the current government is debunking. That's not a good sign, regardless of how you feel about this government. So you want to ask, why do these stories keep coming up? And why does the government keep debunking? And there are two probabilities that made the story true. Then from the sources, some point it was changed. Because there's no smoke fire that's somewhere. People like to claim the opposition saw the nation. People, bloggers, go and say this. I was having a session with a journalist about something different. And at the end of the conversation, it was like, is it true that the sole administrator summoned governor? I was like, no. Because obviously it was in our news. So you can imagine what that is doing to the government. That every week there's one thing that people claim, and then the government has to say, no, it's not true, please disregard social media. Why is it always happening? Beyond dismissing, disclaim, debunking, action to be taken. Telling people to listen to, watch, read what they hear or see on social media, there has to be on your part to ensure that this misinformation stops. There has to be efforts on your part to track and trace the source of this mischievous. Because if you claim it's false, then you have to get to the bottom of it. So he's had information. So I want to hear that come out and ask people for money. And you see them do this considered damage. They go on social. Say, hey, if anybody asks you for money using my face and email, my voice, it's me. And they sue the account as much as they can. Why are we we hear now then that the Rivers administrator government is saying, please do not believe, the action on their part is not convincing enough. And I'm not speaking to what is true or false. I'm speaking to body language. Okay, no 10,000 jobs. Okay, but in due time, we will see what we'll do about it. Everybody's like, okay, are we believing or not? And then, no, Wanosike was not appointed as head of... No, we did not summon the governor. What are you doing about these consistent misinformation coming out? We haven't heard anything. Just statements. Don't believe them, believe us. Doesn't make you look good. So please, let's not make it 4 out of 4. We have 3 now. I think that's enough. Coming up next about the federal government days, thanks to Easter, but between I can call 092302 0817 923 WhatsApp is 080 903 06 416. I believe that we're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. It is very important that you turn your radio, as you call the need to have a paramount. Not ruin it. We might Emeka see the lucky number 1. Well, do we have anything on Facebook yet? Okay, let's do Emeka and then get to Facebook. Hello, Emeka. Good afternoon.
It's my brother.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling from Libya.
Okay, go ahead.
Dear brothers, there is no possible in this APC-led federal government. I was listening to your innovation this afternoon. Team can remain 89 to MBA. He lost, but nobody arrived MBA.
That's what I
also quoted 2019, and that lawyer sued MBA, and the lawyer lost. But thereby will be fine by 2025. Liberty government will win NBA.
Praise Master Jesus. Oh, where's my chaka? Hold on, let me. Okay, hallelujah. we shall overcome, Emeka. I'm sorry, I was just celebrating. I'm excited. Please go ahead.
Sam, are you listening to me?
I'm trying. Sorry,
you can't predict the federal. Under their watch, everything is possible in judicial. They can feel it will erupt the whole world that NBA will lose this case in Supreme Court or Federal High Court. Because we don't know what they can. We know. So it's not a surprise again.
Okay.
Because they have used the judiciary now as their own property to fight whichever people are fighting them. Secondly, solar administrator and the government claiming that the rumor is not on them. The same people that they want to appoint solar administrator. We thought it was rumor. At the end of the day, the administrator is okay. When they have appointed to government, which is rumor, they are secretary to government. Another rumor came that they want to appoint somebody from Kogi State, a military officer, as a chief of staff. We thought it was played. At the end of the day, there is a chief of staff from Kogi State. So there is nothing possible. Everything is possible in this solar administrator. They can do anything. Don't try. That's all. No more anything.
All right.
Don't try.
Okay, I do move on now. Now, I must admit that the statement debunking the 10,000 jobs, the government said, how did they end it? Was it wait and see, we'll get to... That was how they put it, right? They didn't outrightly say... They said it was false, but they are working towards it. I'll try to get the exact words so I don't misquote. West calls from Buguma. Hello, West.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Quickly, the River State government threatening the NDA, taking them to court. I think it's a nice case for the River State government.
Yeah.
The reason is this, for me, is breach of contract. Now you deceived River State, the state, that you're taking River State as if so a place that they will do the conference. And do you know how much River State government have spent? Over 300 million. Hoping that this is investment. There will be huge investment to River people. The hotel people, the ordinary one, the pure water sellers, the bottled water sellers, all those things are involved. If it has they are the person, or I'm among the Rivers person, or the sole administrator, I will give court injunctions. So in the place, the only good people, the NCA, so they should not do it until this matter comes to, before we get a logical conclusion. Now you've heard it, you've said it most. This man said it. When he took the NCA to court, what fact? What is the case there? For me, I think Ibasi has a good case to follow. Lastly, there's too much rumor. And you know that those who that are pending this rumor, that are taking it so serious for me, those are the people that anti the things that the emergency. Those are the anti-emergency set by the president. So everything they want to bring out something in it and just to deceive the people, Rivers people. This is what is happening. I was surprised when they said someone want to be the Roma leader, this, that. At the end, they said no. I was surprised. They said they invited the governor of the suspended governor. The question is no. So you can see those who are pending and those who are taking serious about the media places are those who are anti the thing that the man says. For me, all these rumors should come to an end. God bless you, Honorable Gladwell. Thank you.
Okay, West, let me quickly say, and I'm responding to the first thing you said. Taking the NBA to court because it's a breach of contract. I'm not a lawyer, but I can tell you very, very clearly it's not a breach of contract. A contract is a written or spoken agreement that is enforceable by law. If the money was a donation, it's not enforceable by law. So if we establish that it was a largesse, I'm sorry, River State government does not have a case. But if there's a written, spoken official agreement that is enforceable, yes, by all means. I mean, I'm not here for the violence, but I would like to see the NBA in court. It's one for the ages. They will bring all the sands and all the legal, it would just be nice to have that. And then they lose. My goodness, I'm going to write about it. JJ from Port Harcourt. Hello, JJ.
Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sam, we are on the same page on this matter. I want to also see the NBA in court so that they can cover that money, if possible. But what do I know? Sam, you remember some times ago when Nigeria was to host the Miss World Beauty pageant, remember?
Yeah.
You remember, right?
Yes.
And at the time, they said there was a statement made by a Danish journalist and all those. Everywhere erupted. And they took it, I think, to England. Did Nigeria sue? What about which Nations Cup that Nigeria was supposed to co-host? I think with Ghana. Ghana, Nigeria, whatever, something happened. Imagine the level of preparation and everything. What happened at the end of the day? This one, you even bid, though. You paid money, not refundable and all those. At the end of the day, what happened? Now, was there any contract agreement signed that if I get this money, this is what we will do here? I think the sole administrator should just bring it up to shame these people. If there's any contract that we are hosting, and whatever state that is hosting, this is how much they pay, like Enugu have overpaid us or have paid us, that is why they are moving to Enugu. I think the sole administrator is looking for legitimacy at all costs. So let him go to court and sue the NBA. Now, for debunking, one too many, I must tell you. Sam, close your eyes and imagine this. That I am a doctor. You run to me to say, look, please save me. And at the same time, you that is running to me, I'm even more sick than you that is running to me. Have you seen that before? Mm-hmm. You brought a man that is not even prepared for anything. So it becomes infighting. Look at the speed that we debunk the 10,000 job. And also conclude that in less than no time we will do it. It means that maybe you are cooking it, but overzealous people have just opened it out there, and suddenly you cannot control it anymore. Okay. So it was released prematurely. Then don't worry, we will do it. So what are you thinking to now debunk if you know you will do it in future? Okay. That aside, so many other...
I have to move on, JJ.
This whole... I'm coming.
Very quickly, please.
This whole thing, the last one now, is even signed by the sole administrator himself because he doesn't even trust anybody anymore. I thought that maybe the head of service or the secretary to state government would have been signing that thing, but he personally signed this one. It shows that they are not fair irony. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, JJ. Muriel calls from Okrika. Hello, Muriel. I've lost that call. Chima from Rumokuta. Hello, Chima.
Good evening, Mr. Oracle.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Mr. Oracle, the NBA chairman doesn't really know what he's trying to dive into. This thing, you are trying to dive into politics and power. So, Mr. Oracle, let me tell you what will happen. The next thing you will hear that they want to audit the NBA account among them there. The next thing you will hear again, there will be a motion passed among them there that the NBA chairman should set aside so he cannot intricate about whatever the profit of the account. The next thing you will see again that they will pass a vote of no confidence on the NBA chairman. If that one did not go, you will see NBA will have a parallel government. Now the man doesn't know what he is doing. Now the idea of if NBA can be sued, I want to ask a question. Is NBA different from other social or other pressure groups? Like when we have this maybe Nurses and Doctors Association and whatever, are they different? NBA does not have anything to do with Nigeria as a constitution. It's an organization. So whatever means they have looked at it before, you understand? I don't know the means at which they is in going to court. But it's a different issue. Ordinarily, I usually know that MBA is a form of a body to rob a state or to fraud a state. So somebody can stay in MBA and take money in the name of MBA. Then the person cannot get his money back because MBA is involved. I want us to look into that issue. So anybody because MBA chairman now has the power to do whatever he wants to do, and any money being given to him, that he cannot be accountable by law or he cannot stand because of MBS involved. We are in a country where we are being ruled by rule and law, constitution. Then the idea of the persons that are saying that debunking or not debunking, me, I will not lie to you. I am not happy each time I hear that each of those information that comes out, they are wrong. Because I do not see anything wrong about them. If the governor will be summoned, let him be summoned. If there will be an employment, let there be employment. If there will be, let there be, as long as governance is going. So each time I hear that it's a debunk or whatever rumor, I don't like it. Chima Dika for Rumokuta.
All right, thank you very much, Chima. Lawson and Ida, I'll be speaking to the both of you shortly. But let me take the reasons why the previous suits failed. The court ruled that the NBA lacked the legal capacity to be sued as it was not a juristic person. That is for Fayemi, 1989. And for Wome Moses, 2019. The court, Supreme Court in this case, reaffirmed that the NBA as an unincorporated association lacks the legal personality to sue or be sued in its... Is NBA not like every other association? That's the answer. No, it's not. Lawson from Yenogua. Hello, Lawson.
Hello, Sam.
Good evening.
Well done. You are a good media man. I mean, you're doing your job to help society. I like the way you present your job. Yourself and Kalada, thank you so much, honestly. We don't get to see this kind of practice in so many quarters, especially in Rivers State here. But looking at the money that the NBA collected, let us not these things up. The Rivers State government released that money with the hope that when they come to boost the Rivers economy, there is no doubt about that. People do this thing to get this whole thing right and then to help their economy. That's why people do that. So for me, you don't need to go to court. There's no need to. It will be more honorable if the NBA, looking at it, means they are not going to host the conference there again and can give back the money and collect it from the Enugu state government. They cannot tell us that money was not given to them as cash. No, they can't say that. And probably maybe I don't think maybe there is an agreement, or even if there is agreement, maybe there is just a verbal agreement for them to host all of that. They should return the money. What is the difficulty to return that money? Don't forget, in Nigeria, things can quickly change. Nobody has succeeded in suing the NBA, but this time it may be possible. The way things go in this country, maybe I don't think NBA wants to involve themselves in the ongoing power play. I don't think
think they want to involve themselves in that. So give the money. 300 million is good money.
It is.
And it can assist the state people to some extent. So return the money. And concerning these rumors that people are always carrying, this rumor, Nigeria, we specialize in things like that. And I was watching Arise television, and I saw Andrew Briggs. And I heard her also saying, confirming this same thing. Weekend men have been appointed, 10,000 job and all that. I was even wondering, I said, is it that all these people that are appointed, it has a weekend written on their forehead or their rivers people? So I don't know. Honestly, these days you don't even know what to believe.
Okay.
People just carry rumor everywhere. I don't think it will be wise. In fact, it will not be wise for somebody like everybody clearly knows that one of CK is Wike's man. And then you go and appoint him. Who will do that? Even a moron will not do that. I can tell you that.
All right,
but
thank you.
I think the NBA should return that money. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawson. Ida comes from Okoro. Hello, Ida.
Yeah, Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Like what I said yesterday, that the NBA is not bringing 1 naira. If Governor Sim Fubara give them money, Governor Sim is an elected governor. They want to do something for the state. Governor Sim help them to give them money. It's no contract that they sign. But then it's a document and they sign there. After, without this, if you don't want to do this program in River State, you pay back the money. If there's any document like that. So they are not bringing 1 naira. Because they say there is a crisis in River State. Yeah, there is a crisis in River State. They cannot host anything. People might die. Lawyers might die. They say gunshot everywhere. Dead body everywhere in River State. Pipeline. They are blowing up pipeline. Is it that particular state you want to come and do something? No, it's bad now. They are not bringing 1 naira. 1 chichi. NBA is not bringing. Because NBA did not go to sole administrator. He's not an elected governor of River State. And it's not from River State. Just like you give me something to do program. I ask for assistance to give me, I want to do wedding. Then maybe I failed to do the wedding for River State. I went to another state to do the wedding. The hand pay me come now. That should refund the money. Will I refund that money? Then what when he come back? What when the governor come back? After NBA refund the money, governor come back say, NBA, where is the money? Since we don't do this program in the state. So they collected the money from the governor. When the governor come back, they will refund the money to the governor, not the sole administrator. It's not from River State.
Okay.
And it's not the elected governor. You should leave the NBA alone.
Thank you, Ida. You know, it's funny because the example Ida just cited is my personal experience. A friend of mine got married last year, April. I remember because I took leave from work to attend the wedding. It was on the 1st of April. And I remember that we joked, "Hey, you sure say this is your wedding, no be April Fool." But the point is, in regular Nigerian fashion, there was a committee of friends, WhatsApp group set up. The close friends had to put money together. We got matching outfits, groomsmen, the train and all of that. And I remember telling this amazing friend of mine, all this money we would spend, this your marriage better last. And we laughed it off. Of course, they're still together. Ida now just saying he got money for a wedding, and Andrew, if any of my friends mistakenly break up and I have contributed money for your wedding, I got a suit, I'm on your train, I traveled, and you end that marriage. Precious, do I have the right to request my money? Answer the question.
Sorry, money from where, sir?
Okay.
I wasn't following.
Of course. You were not following. Is there anything you'd like to share with us? Any important information?
Yes, there is.